Guys, welcome back. Free Beer Friday on Denton Radio. There it is. Guess who's here with us today? Hamilton Stewart of Oasis Brewing. Yes. What are we drinking today? Got some Homesick?
Correct.
Yes. Solid ESB. Dude, cheers. Cheers. All right, let's talk Oasis. Why Oasis? What are you out in the middle of a desert? What's going on here?
Not in the middle of a desert, but we are in the gateway of the hill country, just outside of Austin, overlooking Lake Travis. It's a beautiful brew pub, about 450 feet above water level. It's, I'm biased, obviously, but I would say it's one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful settings I've ever been to in any kind of brewery anywhere.
Right
on. That is one of the main reasons I'm a part of it. But, we've become a destination spot for folks that are touring the Austin area, going to different breweries and brew pubs. And we also want to bring it to the folks in the rest of the state and as many other places we can get it to.
Right on, man. Yeah, and these cans this is easily crushable.
Thank you very
totally
much.
Easy. Yeah. Okay. So we come to the brewery. We're about how far outside Austin?
Well, we're technically in Austin, but we're about 15 minutes from downtown.
Okay. Yeah, super easy. So you're kicking around downtown. You go 15 minutes out. Boom. You're on a patio, on a cliff, overlooking Lake Travis. Beautiful scenery.
Absolutely.
Great beer. Fantastic food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. Guys, you want a weekend getaway plan? Here it is. This is it. All right. Do we want to talk about the standards? Like the things we all get in cans?
Absolutely.
What are our cores?
Sure. We've got London Homesick Ale, which won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival back in 2014, the first year we were open.
There you go.
Slow Ride Pale Ale, Metamodern Session IPA, and Lucchese Lager.
Oh, yeah. We got some Lucchese over here as well.
With year-round.
Right on. And then we just said goodbye to Mega. Oh, that thing was delicious.
I'm glad you liked that.
9% double, right?
Yeah, well, we're doing a modern series. We've got 2 more iterations of, bigger, hoppier, more traditional IPAs as opposed to the Metamodern Session IPA. We're going to be doing proto-modern and post-modern before the year's out.
Nice.
We've kind of run the gamut of, just your standard West Coast style to, more of a hazy, oily East Coast style IPA. We're going to go juicy and citrusy, and then we haven't really decided what postmodern's going to be yet, but that's kind of the whole point of it being called postmodern, I suppose.
I dig it, yeah. Find out what happens when you're in the mix, right?
Right. Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay, when are we going to see that? When are we going to see the proto?
Proto's coming within the next month.
Right on, man. And the New England super juicy IPAs are like super popular right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got to hit the market with that. And then of the 4 that we have just all the time, these are, I think they're super popular in Denton. It's an easy 6-pack that you can grab, you can throw in your backpack, you can hop on the bike, you can go walking around the square with them. So these things blow out of our shop all the time. Do you want to tell me a little bit about each of those? Well, I mean, I drink them. Do you want to tell these nice folks about
Absolutely.
each of those? Yeah.
I would love to tell the nice folks. Well, first of all, all of our core beers are meant to be very sessionable. As you've probably noticed, they're under 5% ABV. So we know where we live and we know our audience. We're in Texas. It's hot 9-10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Not only hot, but blazing hot, a little bit humid. Doesn't really matter where you go. It's going to be a little uncomfortable outside. So we like to have beers that are crushable, quite simply. We don't skimp on ingredients. We are a craft brewery through and through, and we want that to shine through in our beers. We also like to have fun with it. That's, kind of where the names come from. We try to tie that into musical themes or geographic themes or anything that seems appropriate at the time. But, London Homesick, I like to call it an English pub ale. It's, it won for the ordinary/special bitters category at GABF, which is somewhat of a contradiction in terms because ordinary and special are somewhat of a, they're 2 different things.
Both sides, yeah.
But,
I tell people it's an ESB. It's an English special, right?
Yeah, I would say it's a mini ESB. An English pub ale is really what we were going for. Every ingredient in this beer is from the UK except for the water. We use Maris Otter malt, Challenger hops, East Midlands East strain. It's a very, I think, a very authentic representation of an English pub ale, what you would get at an English pub. That's exactly what we were going for. Not quite as big as your traditional ESB, not quite as malt forward, but this beer is meant to be easy drinking. It is a very simple, very classic recipe that most people, for whatever reason, just don't do, and we decided we would. And I think that it's paid dividends. Lucchesa Lager is a Keller beer, also known as a Zwickel beer. That's a style that's a little bit more popular in Europe than in the U.S. Keller beer translates to cellar beer. So in layman's terms, that's what brewers drink at the brewery. It's not necessarily meant to be mass-produced. It's rough around the edges. It's got a lot more malt and hop character than a typical American light lager would have, which we're not really comparing ourselves to any of those. But I think it's a little deviation from the norm as far as lagers go, even craft lagers. Again, meant to be very easy drinking. Slow Ride is a pale ale through and through.
I wish we had. It's the green can, guys.
It's the green can.
The green can. Yeah.
It's quite citrusy. It's got a little bit of a hop bite to it, but it's under 5% ABV. Very light bodied. Very easy drinking as well. And Metamodern has kind of stolen the show for us as far as our core beers go.
And this is the purple can, guys.
It is the purple can.
The branding is so easy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so anyway, purple can.
It's a session IPA. That became popular around the time that we opened. We were one of the first people to, mass produce a session IPA.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to secure a Mosaic hop contract, which are not easy to come by or inexpensive, but well worth it. We, use a special technique with that beer where, all the hops are pretty much, hop burst in the last 5 minutes of the boil for aroma, and then we dry hop it with Mosaic. So that's how you get that really light-bodied, crisp flavor with the nice hop punch, but there's no lasting bitterness, and it's not a palate wrecker. It's just, fortunately been a big hit for us.
Right on. Yeah, it's been fantastic. And that's in that series, I've seen them move in that direction. It's like the Meta, the Slow Ride, the Homesick, the Lucchesa.
Yeah.
Dude, no, and that's fantastic. You talk about that hop doesn't really stay on you. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like a puppy following you home. It just kind of it leaves you. You're ready for the next beer. You're ready to move on to the next thing.
No, it's just like a dog you get to pet at the shelter. It's not following you.
That's so sad. That's so sad. Okay, so we've got the 4-core down. Mega is already gone.
It is.
We drank that through real fast.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, at our shop, Jamie and Webster and I probably drank through quite a few of those too. That's kind of our fault. There may still be some left in the stores. I don't know. Midway. Did they go to the big guys?
A little bit.
A little bit went to the big guys?
Yeah, so we got a can labeler a little over a year ago, and, due to our partnership with Blackout Signs in San Marcos, who do all of our artwork for our cans, and they're quite talented individuals, I must say.
This is awesome label work.
Jay Gordon and Gabriel Hedrick are the guys at Blackout Signs, and they do fantastic work. They do a lot of set design for Lollapalooza and ACL and some, pretty big stuff out there. So we're very lucky to be partners with them.
That's a crazy, wild range of stuff to do. That's really cool.
But after seeing what they did for us with our core beers, we had the bright idea to get a can labeler and basically, do a lot of one-offs and a lot of special releases in very small batches of different styles that we wanted to do, stuff that resonated with our customers at the tap room that we wanted to make bigger batches of and make available
share with us
to everyone. Yeah. And again, they we give them a concept, we give them the specs, we tell them what style the beer is, we give them the name, and they take it from there, and they always knock it out of the park. And
right
it's it's a really good partnership. I mean, always love to think that the beer speaks for itself, but having really nice artwork on a can label that pops off the shelf never hurts.
Well, yeah, a lot of people judge the book by the cover.
Sure.
And yeah, if it looks beautiful, that definitely helps.
Well, there's a ton of breweries out there that are making really good beers, so having something that catches people's eye never hurts.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah, man. Well, and I think so. On to what else on the shelves. Did they also do the design work for the Bangkok Kumquat?
Everything.
Oh man, this is fantastic, guys. This is the Technicolor Motorhome series.
Yes.
It's a kumquat sour.
Yes.
And this thing is delicious. We've had it on draft before. It's going on draft tonight, and we've got the cans. I love that thing. Where did the Technicolor series come from? Where did the idea for that come from?
Well, we wanted to do kettle sours. It's sort of the sour beer version of session beers, essentially. You're not. It's no wild fermentation. We're not going to risk infecting the entire brewery.
Throwing it to the wind.
We've got too much at stake there, but it's something that's that you can control and do in small batches. And if you know what you're doing and you get the right technique, which we have. We are very lucky in having some very good people that absolutely know what they're doing. We're churning out some really good product, and they can pretty much turn on a dime and do anything that's asked of them. We've got one of the widest variety of beers in a portfolio that I'm aware of, as far as things that we release at the tap room. Some things have only been on draft at our tap room, and those usually end up being some of our limited release beers in cans. But Bangkok Kumquat was such a big hit at the brewery that we decided to do it. The Technicolor Motorhome thing comes from a Steely Dan lyric. It's sort of an inside joke that, came to fruition through artwork, and we just loved it too much to not do it. So
come on, we want to hear the story.
We're very series centric, and we kind of like getting silly with names, and we like making the names a little bit ridiculous and having 2 to 3 to 4 names on one single beer that make it extremely complicated to keep track of. And you can do that if you're only releasing 200 cases and 32 kegs for the entire state. So we do the small batches for a reason. We want to generate a little bit of interest in what we're doing and gain people's attention. I think that's a great way to do it.
Right on. Yeah, come in, try this beer. Now try the rest of the beers, right? Yeah. All right. So when we put it on, Matt Selleck, this is a shout out to local artist Matt Selleck of Otter Illustration. We were trying that, and he said, that's a fragrant beer. And after that moment, for the rest of that keg, when we first had the Bangkok Kumquat on, to order it, you had to say the flagrant and fragrant Bangkok Kumquat. And that got, as the nights went on, that just got more and more complicated.
I can see that.
So I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
Well, the next step is making them say that 3 times fast, right?
Yes.
And yeah.
All right, guys, get ready for this. This is going to be the challenge as nights go on in bars in Denton. We're going to work on this. All right. I'll send. How about we do like a video series? And we'll just send videos of people trying to say your beer names while they order them at bars later and later into the night.
I think that could be quite hilarious.
Okay, yes, this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we've got a rundown of the core beers, of the new stuff that's out on the market. What are we looking at next? What's coming up next for Oasis out there?
Well, we definitely plan to do several more special release beers. We've got Lucha Mosa coming out very soon in a very, very limited amount. That's our Luchesa lager with blood orange. Also a big hit at the tap room. Proto Modern, as I mentioned. We'll have 2 more Technicolor sours coming out this year. We've got Postmodern later in the year, which is another big IPA, and we'll do several barrel-aged beers towards the end of the year that are going to be seasonally appropriate, darker beers, higher in ABV.
Getting a little bit cooler weather, toasted up a little bit. Yeah, what was the last one we had? The foreign export.
Yes.
That thing was amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Ones we've done in the past were foreign extra stout, which was kind of our take on Guinness, but barrel aged. We've done a wee heavy.
Came off super wonderful, super toasty.
Thank you.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. Okay, and then the wee heavy.
Wee heavy, and yeah, we did a double IPA as far as like the higher gravity stuff goes. And a Baltic Porter was way back in the first year that we were up and running. We did one of those that we aged for a very long time. That turned out very well.
So that would have been before us at that point, wouldn't it? Or is that the first one of the tall boys that we had back in the day?
I'm not sure if you got that or not. That was 2014.
Oh no, that would have been before us. Yeah, way before us. But man, that's great. Absolutely great. Yeah. What else is going on? What else should we talk about today?
Well, speaking of London Homesick Ale, we are having a country music legend playing over the weekend, July 2nd on Sunday. Gary P. Nunn. He's going to be playing at our brewery. Very honored to have him. He wrote
this on my calendar while we're talking. Go ahead.
He wrote the song "London Homesick Blues," which was the theme song for Austin City Limits for about 3 decades. We named this beer after that song because it's a British beer brewed in Texas, and the song was a Texas country song written in England, so it seemed appropriate.
Right on.
And we've since connected with him, luckily, and he's going on tour this summer across the state, large cities, small towns, everywhere, and we're partnering up with him on a tour called Taking Texas to the Country. And we want to be a Texas beer through and through, not just in Austin, not just in the large cities, not just in Denton, but everywhere.
Everywhere.
El Paso, Perryton, Hondo, anywhere you can name. Any of the various places any of us have gone to high school and played 2A football or whatever, we want to be there.
So let's take this beer with.
That's right.
Just pack that up and then head on.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really cool. And that's happening on Sunday, I guess?
Sunday, we're kicking it off.
Golly.
At the brewery.
Right on. Dude, and we were talking on the way over here, too, about, back to art and design.
Mm-hmm.
What's the beer fest that's going on down there at the end of summer?
Yeah, Art of the Brew is Labor Day weekend
awesome, guys.
Every year in Austin. This will be the 5th year, and we're actually having a pre-party about a month beforehand on August 6th at the brewery. It's really a pretty unique festival. It's with Collab Austin. They're basically an artist cooperative in Austin, Texas, and they had the bright idea about 5 years ago to partner up with local breweries. They would assign one of their artists with the brewery. It's a true collaboration in every sense. The artist gets to have input on the beer that's being brewed. The brewery gets to have input on the artwork that's being produced for the festival.
This is so cool.
It's a nonprofit. It's essentially a celebration of craft beer, art, music, and everything that makes Austin and Texas and the craft beer industry special to people.
That is so cool.
And they do a great job of it. And
Yeah.
we're very happy to be one of their main sponsors and, one of their longtime supporters. And, our party on August 6th is going to be pretty great. We're actually producing a small batch of cans for the beer that we're going to release at the festival.
That you're collabing with this artist? Is that the
Yes,
idea?
yes. And
That's so cool.
it's going to be a little bit of a mini carnival at the brewery with a lot of hijinks going on. There's going to be a Van Halen cover band and a lot of pretty fantastic artwork, as well as our Can Crusher scale, which we're going to debut to the public. And then, if you can make it down for the Saturday of Labor Day weekend, it is a pretty fantastic time, I must say.
I say, Denton. Let's take Denton down to Austin and let's go party.
Well,
that would be awesome.
You should go talk to these guys. Maybe they want to hit the road and do some Art of the Brew Denton or Art of the Brew wherever. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Not going to speak for them, but it is a great time.
That's a cool idea. I love it. Well, and that's, you talk about such an artist community here.
Yeah.
We've got so many musicians, so many artists, so much of this super talented, creative passion that I love that. I love the sound of that. That is awesome. It's like, why aren't we doing this, guys? Why aren't we doing this at all? Somebody, take up the banner. Yeah. Man, that would be awesome. All right, so next thing, we've got to get, like, steal Matt Dixon's bus, the Dallas Brew bus, and, like, drive a load of Dentonites down there to come party.
I mean, it doesn't seem out of the question to me, but
This is all very legit. Oh, or maybe Lou Delaney would let us steal his bus, and we'd all drive down. Lou, you watching? We'll talk about this later. Yeah, we'll just get a load of Dentonite. We'll get a whole bunch of artists and musicians into a bus and just bus them down. We'll come party.
let's make it happen.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Man, is there anything else going on? We've, like, run the full gamut of everything.
Well, there's always a lot of things going on, but I think we've covered the broad strokes. We're very honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
Dude, always. I love it every time you come up.
And, we basically just want to let people know that we're growing. Our brewery is expanding to triple the capacity. It's going to end up looking like the Six Flags of beer by the end of the summer. We're going to have a grand reopening to celebrate that fact. And, once construction's over with, we'll have public tours. And, it'll be well worth the trip for anyone who wants to come see us.
Come out and party. Right on.
Great food, great beer.
Right now, so what we're
view.
looking at, in the building you're in, you're toward the end, right? Like officially, and you've got 3 floors, right?
Yes.
And now we're looking at the spots next to it. Slowly and surely, you guys are just going to take over that whole place.
Tanks are installed. All the framing's done. Basically, the cold storage and the roof and the electricity and the plumbing are yet to be installed, which is going to take place over the next 2 months, and we're good to go.
That is so awesome. So it really is. It's going to be like Six Flags over beer.
That's an understatement.
You ride a roller coaster through beer, and you drink beers while you look at beers. And
absolutely.
Oh, God, that's going to be so much fun.
We might implement a Spinnaker or a Judge Roy Scream, or I don't remember either.
I don't know. I kind of like the log ride through beer. That would be a lot of fun.
Do a runaway mine train, maybe?
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
That's an idea.
Yeah. Okay. So next stop, take over the entire property. Just have this giant brewing conglomeration, right? And then build the theme park on top of that. Mm-hmm. This would be delightful. This would be absolutely delightful.
Yeah, maybe a hop farm. You never know.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know they could survive the Texas sun, but if it's a controlled environment like a nursery or something, you never know.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Ben Webster has an idea.
I'm sure he does.
He and Jeff have been talking.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Well, man, this has been awesome. I'm so glad you made it up here.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Guys, thank you all for joining us. Look here, we're drinking the homesick right now. There, I'll face the can so you can see it. Come drink with us tonight. Jeff's going to be here a little bit later. He's going to do samples at the Welcome Center. We're going to be partying back at the Monk. So if you want to drink here, you can come try some samples. If you want to come back to the Monk, we're going to be drinking the Kumquat, the Bangkok Kumquat, the Flagrant and Fragrant Bangkok Kumquat. And we're going to be shotgunning these for Shotgun Friday, along with the, the full name. You can go to Hellas.
And I will go to Texas.
And I will go to Texas. Yeah. Amazing Hellas. All right. And we'll see you guys later next week, I guess. If we don't see you tonight, we'll see you next week. All right. Have a good one.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com to find new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're there, check out the rest of Discover Denton to find restaurants, hotels, and tons of great community events.